So I've been stupid busy, but I'm back now. This video is done with the support and friendship of Zen, Birdie, and Bo. Yeah! Check out this comment done by Zen, which says support equals to me dropping in and deleting useless comments in your script. So, welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Opinion, and let's talk about Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. I've been meaning to make this video for a long time now, but life and work got in the way, of course, yada yada yada, but anyways, let's just get into it. So, I'm sure most of you who are watching this know who the fuck Sherlock Holmes is, but did y'all know who he was before he became the detective, documented and romanticized by the good doctor? Some of you might say yes, since you probably read The Musgrave Ritual or The Gloria Scott. Imagine meeting your first boyfriend because his dog bit your ankles. But no, this is neither of those things. This doesn't even take place in good old London. We're going to Cardona, baby! Ka-chow! Po-po-po-po! That's my interpretation of what an air horn sounds like, whoa. So, you get to play the game as Sherlock Holmes, also known as Sherry. Yes, Sherry. And you are accompanied by your friend John with no H, no Watson, just John. You start your journey on a boat, on the way to Cardona with just John, you're puking everywhere in your cabin, and eventually you land and check into a hotel for two. You then meet this guy. This guy is important, by the way. His name is Werner Vogel. Yes, singe that smug mug onto the back of your goddamn retinas. He's what drives the story around. Ayo, this game. It's just sinking city, isn't it? You pop into a city with a boat, meet some artsy rich guy, solve some murders. Anyway, that's a video for another day. Okay, then murder happened in the hotel you're staying at. Ooh. Obviously, it's a Sherry Howolmes game, so you solved it, and that's it. That's your tutorial phase. Well done, you clever little thing, you. Now you're a big boy. Go meet your dead mom in her grave. You found a pocket watch, but who placed it there? So you looked around and then wait, who's that? Why the fuck is he back here? You found out that this guy's name is actually Werner Vogel, some art enthusiast who talks like how I imagine Dorian Gray talks, and he was friends with Sherry's late mother, by the way. Yeah, that's probably important.
Did you come for another portrait? No, I jest. You gave quite the performance last night. The hotel was abuzz with your name.
Neither Sherry nor John are interesting people in this game, to be perfectly honest. John is boring. He keeps repeating the same lines over and over again, and his journal is littered with the same things. The concept of John, by the way, is quite interesting because he is an imaginary friend, but he himself is Although having limited agency due to being imaginary does make sense, it does not when the game tries its best to show that John does have his own person in the way he brings himself and his out-of-the-box actions that is purely out of Sherry's amazing imagination. Sherry can imagine John to be painting on the ceiling, but not imagine more words for John to fill in his journal, and that just, I don't know, I just think it's not that great. In my opinion, Werner Vogel is the center of the show. He's the one running this game here, alright? He's the one pulling the strings. He's the one driving our sweet little boy into chaos and murder and truth and extreme home makeover? Yes, home makeover. You heard me right. Your mansion, it looked like this. It looks like your dog pissed on your bed, to this, to you actually getting your shit together and making your dog shit where it's supposed to shit. Extreme home makeover, I'm telling you. So Werner Vogel here drives Sherry into thinking differently about truth with a capital T. I even wrote it in the script with a capital T. And Vogel views the truth as subjective. In the eyes of the beholder, the truth is only the truth because someone says it is the truth. He's that kind of guy. Oh, he is that kind of guy. You know what kind of guy I'm talking about.
There There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Vogel here talks about morality and how it is subjective, despite Sherry's philosophy in life, that it is his.
My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
He even goes as far as to say that
Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
Sherry lives by rules set by himself, and he believes that the world has a good and bad side, whether it hurts people in the process or not. He follows down the path of cognitivism, realism. On the other hand, Vogel.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
He believes that morals are based on emotion and maybe they don't even exist at all. That everything is subjective, even morals that Sherry considers to be objective. Additionally, this line, I feel, is something Sherry took after Vogel, whether he wants to believe it or not. Sherry keeps going on and on about the truth and how it is his moral obligation to reveal truth to the public, whatever that means. However, Vogel instills the idea that the means justifies the end and not the other way around. If Sherry prefers the train of thought of Kant, that is, you live by your own morals, your own rules, and that you have to be consistent on said rules on no matter the cost, Vogel prefers a train of thought of consequentialism. As in, consequences are the base of a moral judgment. Whatever happens afterwards must be taken into consideration.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next, visit the victims, ensure justice is served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
The entire game revolves around morals and two opposing trains of thought on morals. There's, of course, Sherry, who thinks that it is his moral obligation, and that Sherry prefers morals to be black and white. Things must be either good or bad because they are good or bad. However, Vogel prefers the idea that morals are about feeling good or bad, and morality itself is flexible. I ain't a student of philosophy. I find this all a bit gobbledygooky. So enough gobbledygook, let's talk about the shit I get and like about this game. Yeah? Okay, let's get on with it, because I can't. Of course, since this game, from what I know, is related to previous Frogwares Holmes games, I will be inserting what I like about that as well. First, I really like how Mycroft is consistent between Crimes and Punishment and Chapter 1. In the sense that he wants the best for Sherry, and yet he also insists on the ends justifying the means. As we progress into the story, we also learn more about Mycroft's difficult past, being the head of the family at a very young age, having to raise his brother and take care of his ill mother. In Crimes and Punishment, we do see Mycroft care about Sherry, but we don't see him care in the sense that he cares about Sherry's well-being. However, in Chapter 1, we do see Mycroft care about Sherry's mental well-being, and that he even got John, the imaginary friend, a bed. So this imaginary friend won't have to sleep on the goddamn floor. It's very cute, it's very adorable, and I just really like me some good Big Brother moments. It's mwah, chef's kiss. I also like how in 1 out of 4 endings we get Mycroft narrating instead of Sherry. He talks about how he first got Sherry a job within the government and Sherry eventually felt discontented and so he attended university. However, he barely attends his classes and only attends the ones that piqued his interest. We are going down canon territory now, and that's pretty cool, bro. And then Mycroft proceeds to say that he understands Sherry will never forgive Mycroft for what he has done, as in hiding the truth of their mother's situation from Sherry, and thus the backstory as to why the two dislike one another in Frogwares' previous games is explained, which is interesting. Now, onto the stuff I dislike. They handled mental illness rather poorly. They made Sherry and his mother out to be violent when confronted with heavy emotions. It feels so out of place from a game that has so far pictured Sherry as someone capable of rational thought, and that violence will not occur unless absolutely necessary. In one of the endings, Sherry had an outburst of emotions directed at his brother while pointing a goddamn gun at him, and it just wasn't it, alright? Was it truly necessary to have Sherry point a goddamn Glock at Mycroft to show how mentally unstable he is? No. Then in one of the endings, there is also Sherry killing, like quote-unquote killing John with his goddamn Glock because he found out John, in a way, Sherry himself killed his own mother. Like, look, it's all very convoluted. Was the idea of having a mentally ill Sherry interesting? Yeah. Was the execution good? No. Was the backstory interesting? Oh yeah. Did he and his mother, who are both mentally ill, have to be violent? No. And all of this is just giving people with mental illness a bad look. It shows that they are violent and they are not. So I'll give you some proof. According to a study done by the National Epidemiologic Survey on Alcohol and Related Conditions, with a sample size of 34,653 people, 2.9% of people with serious mental illness had committed violent acts between 2 and 4 years, compared with 0.8% of people with no serious mental illness or substance use disorder. However, 10% of people with both serious mental illness and substance use disorder committed such acts during that time. 2.9% is tiny, all right? And so, anyways, media portraying mentally ill people as violent is harmful towards those who are, and because it just further stigmatizes them and draws them away from society with cruel stereotypes. TLDR, is it a good game? It's gorgeous. Vogel is interesting. I enjoy his character. He's very fun. But could it be better? Yeah, especially if they didn't deal with the mentally ill people are violent shtick. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.